The Q101 Morning Crew.
On Q101.
Kenzie lost $1 million yesterday. It's Brian and Kenzie on Q101. And maybe you did too if you live in the Elgin area because, well, first off, no one won Powerball last night, so it's going to be over $1 billion for the next drawing. But the Illinois lottery, the Lucky Lotto, Illinois Lotto jackpot, I should say, it was $19.5 million in the last one, too. That's pretty high. That's that's the largest of this year so far, second largest in the last 5 years, according to the Illinois Lottery. But a winning lottery ticket worth $900,000 was sold at an Elgin 7-Eleven. In case you haven't been paying attention, Kenzie lives up in Elgin, and
I'm going to lose my mind.
She knows this is her 7-Eleven.
Because it's not South Elgin, it's Elgin. I know it has to be because there's a lot of Shells and a lot of VPs, but this is the 7-Eleven I guess at. I go twice a week.
It's the 811 East Chicago Street in Elgin. That's your 7-Eleven.
I go twice a week.
Twice a week. Now, how many lottery tickets do you buy?
I've never bought a lottery ticket. Because I'm not lucky.
You don't get more lucky than it's your 7-Eleven where the $900,000 is.
I obviously didn't know that at the time, Brian. There's a sign on the door.
Quite aware, but as they say, you can't win if you don't play.
I know. I'm still going to complain about not winning.
Well, now it's too late because the odds, it can't be in Elgin again. The odds would be too weird, right?
Right, so now I got to find a new. It'll probably never be there again, right?
Probably. Yep. $900,000 gone. Yep.
I honestly was angry this morning when I woke up. I waited until that. It wasn't like, oh shucks. I was like, I threw my phone.
Yeah.
I was so angry.
Yeah, no one's claimed it yet, but
you know what's crazy though?
Yeah.
Even if you won $900,000, you'd still have to work. At my age, it depends what age you win it at. But at my age, I'd still have to. What do they recommend? $1.7 million for retirement?
That's what I've heard, which I don't understand.
Nowhere near that, and that's not even. Then you take tax, so taxes will take half that.
God.
So you're really going to be at like $450,000,
right.
which is, awesome money. But I couldn't retire off $450,000 for the rest of my life in my 20s.
Yeah, I just catch up on stuff like debt, just take care of it. Okay, then here you got $580 for yourself left now. Okay, great. We'll go to dinner. We'll go to Gibson's, get a steak, and we'll call it a day.
After taxes, you won $27.
Yeah, that is
your
a number.
Tip at Gibson's.
That is a number I've heard. I don't know if there's any financial experts out there that want to jump in, but I've heard this number that in the past year you need $1.7 million to retire.
I think
if you're doing it like at 65 or I guess 70. My dad worked till he was 70.
It depends. I think it depends what age you do it. Maybe that's the recommendation for people who are going to retire early. If you want to retire early, then you at least have to have this much. But I know that that's the number. But there's no way that people in their 70s, you don't need $1.7 million if you're in your 70s.
Yeah, but you got to pay rent or mortgage. I mean,
you can find way more because you're not raising a family anymore. You don't have like 8 kids running around the house and their cousins and like you're just kind of chilling at that point.
But you also want to live good, right? For the last whatever years, you don't know how long you're going to live. People are living longer, even though it's like 78 or 9. I mean, people are living. Some people live to 80s, 90s, 100.
$1.7 million. Hey, okay. Let's say you live to what, 85, 90?
Sure, let's go
pull
there.
Pull up your phone.
Oh Jesus!
And put in 1.7 million.
Yeah. And
then divide that by like 10 or 15 years. How much would that be a year?
Wait. 1.7 million.
Yeah.
Divided by.
And if you retired.
Divided by 15 years.
Yeah. Say you retired for 15 years of retirement.
I hit times
by mistake.
I hit times by mistake.
Oh God, we're on the radio, Brian. We can't edit this.
1.7 million. 1.7 million.
On that part.
Divided by 15. That's $113,333.
I mean, that's great.
Per year?
That's really good.
Rent's going up, though.
I'm sorry. Where do you want to live? Lower East Side Manhattan? Like, what are you going for?
No, but I went to Mariano's the other day and like one bag of groceries was $100. Like one bag.
But you have to realize you're going to be an empty nester, most likely.
No, because Harper is like young. So when you have kids later like me, I'm going to work till I'm in the ground. You can't get rid of me, Q101. I ain't going anywhere.
I know, you're going to be retiring here. My goal, honestly, I've told this to my husband. So my husband and I have an age gap. So when he hits 60, and he's kind of in that, like, the 60-ish for retirement, I want to retire at the same time. Because if I wait till I'm 60, I'm going to be scooting his ass around. I'm not going to be able to go anywhere on any trips. So I want to retire, like, in my 40s.
You might not be aware, but that's his goal.
What?
For you to, like, change his feeding tube and stuff like that, and change his underwear.
I'm gonna have to do it, but I would like to be retired for a little bit first before I start working again.
The Q101 Morning Crew.
On Q101.
Since we were talking about that thing of retirement, I don't even hear people talk about it much anymore because the way it is out there, and I know, Kenzie, you say you have a plan to try to retire before you're 40 or when you're 40 or whatever.
In my 40s, I want to retire.
And it's just, I can't even fathom it. Like right now with an 8-month-old child, I just think I'm going to be working till I'm on the ground, but it puts me in good company because that's what Dolly Parton said. Now, she's got money to retire.
I mean, listen, I would also like to clarify, this is what I want to do. And I've wanted to do many things in life that haven't happened. We'll see what happens.
See what goes down. But Dolly Parton said this.
Now, I'm not one to sit around doing nothing. I would never retire. I'll just hopefully drop dead in the middle of a song on stage someday. And hopefully when I've written, of course, we don't have much of a choice in that. But as long as I'm able to work, as long as my health is good and my husband is good, I mean, the only way that I would ever slow down or stop would be for that reason. But in the meantime, I'm going to make hay while the sun shines.
Just drop that on stage. You know the story with her with the Bodyguard song, right? That Whitney Houston made huge is that when she was in the early 1970s, when Dolly Parton didn't have a lot of money, not much at all, Elvis wanted to do that song, the I Will Always Love You. But the deal was that if Elvis did a song, he took half the writing credits if he did a cover.
Right.
Because
Elvis
did it, yeah.
No.
And she said, I was dead broke, or at least very, very, I had a little bit of money, but I didn't have that vision of what I have now. And she actually said no, and they all said, your career's over. You ruined it by not having Elvis do one of your songs and getting some money for it. Then she waited, about 25 more years for that movie to come out? And then Whitney Houston does it? And she said, I just want to thank Whitney Houston for doing my song because it's gotten me, I don't know, a couple more houses. She made so many millions off that once it happened. That's a long con.
The only reason Whitney Houston was actually starting to record it without the final verse and chorus, the huge booming one.
Yeah.
Because the demo she heard didn't include that. And Dolly Parton was on the phone with the producer asking, hey, we want to use a song for the movie. And she's like, I can't wait to hear on that her voice on that. And he goes, what third verse? They didn't know it existed.
What?
So the huge boom at the end of the song also almost didn't happen if Dolly didn't just say that on the phone. They had the wrong version of the song.
And there's Behind the Music on the Bodyguard song from Brian and Kenzie.
The Q101 Morning Crew.
On Q101.
The Q101 Morning Crew.
On Q101.
Brian and Kenzie on Q101 asking you the question, what can you do with your mouth? Well, these people in Kentucky, these are not animals. This is a rooster competition at the state fair. For people. This is people doing it in Kentucky here. It's a person.
Oh, very nice.
Good. Very nice. Yeah, there you go. A 4. 3.8.
Stop. That sounded like a bird, though.
It sounded sick. That's like a 7. I think the first guy wins, or girl.
You do it. That was really
That's
good.
a winner right there.
I want to hear you do it. Wasn't that bad.
Let me hear you do it.
I can't do high-pitched things.
Oh, my God.
I can't go high-pitched. You know that. I'm with the opposite of Whitney Houston.
Oh, my God.
I have to go low. I have to go low.
Well, do it lower then.
I don't know.
Try a lower.
I'm a low bird.
Yeah, do a low bird. Okay, never mind. It's Q101.
The Q101 Morning Crew.
On Q101.
Brian and Kenzie on Q101. Get your takeaways here in a second. But Dougie Styles joined us in for Lauren again, once again today.
Yes. How's everybody feeling today? Are we good?
I'm good. I'll be
great in about 15 minutes. I'll say.
She's already got one foot out the door.
It's glorious. This is a good beach day today. I know you got a pond in your house. You go to the pond and lay out ever?
No, I don't lay out at the pond.
Do you have like frogs at the pond?
There's frogs and turtles and geese and.
Is it really? There's a turtle?
Yeah, there's turtles. A lot of turtles.
It's very idyllic. Very nice.
I wouldn't swim in it. You can't really see the bottom.
Oh, that's not good.
$20. You post a video on Q101 Chicago Insta. Brian, jump in on this. $25. I'm the part-timer. I don't make that much money. What do you guys got?
I got to buy more lottery tickets today, so I don't know if I have that extra money to pay for
I
that.
have the money it would take.
Just to jump in and jump out?
Yeah, it would be at a minimum 5 figures for me to jump in there.
In the pure water of Elgin? The pond water of Elgin there?
It's not pure. I just said I can't see through it.
You just got to jump in and jump out
There
and
could
jump
be
in the
like
shower.
people fishing there. There could be hooks and stuff. I'm not playing around, y'all.
Yeah. Well, let's get to our takeaways. It kind of relates to that. 312-591-8300. Check in here with your takeaways. And oh my gosh. Someone said if there's a slingshot in Kenzie's driveway, look for Kenzie in the pond. If you don't know what that means, you got to go to the podcast and check it out.
I swear to God. Over my dead body. I swear to God.
At least they said nicely, alert the authorities if the slingshot is in the driveway of Kenzie's house. Oh, my gosh.
Brian Haddad is the A-bomb of his family. First the family vacation and then the family bar.
Yeah, there's a lot on my family bar here. Not only was Brian a straight-up mistake,
Wow.
he was the reason why his father's dream had to sell his bar. Way to go, a-hole.
And you said yesterday you were supposed to be a girl, right?
I was supposed to be a girl, that's right. And then, of course, it was also said that, it would have been great with 3 kids instead of 4. I was the 4th.
You were the mistake.
Yeah.
My little sister was an afternoon delight mistake as well. Good morning, Elizabeth.
Does
Just
she
wanna
know
throw
that?
Yeah, she does.
She turned out to be the best of you guys, too, which is crazy.
Wow.
I love Elizabeth.
Go jump in a pond.
Dougie Styles is next. Hang out. And if you missed any of those conversations, just go to the podcast, Q101.com.
The Q101 Morning Crew.
On Q101.